I used to record this podcast from a very boring, plain room. But recently, I gave myself permission to create a real office space and I went straight to Wayfair. I found a beautiful glass wall calendar, some shelving, and the most comfortable office chair ever. The whole space feels polished and professional. But here's the cool part, I didn't have to go out shopping. Wayfair delivered straight to my front door for free. Wayfair has free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for furniture. Get big stuff like sofas, dining tables, beds, desks, and more shipped absolutely free. Now I walk into my office absolutely loving it. I actually enjoy spending time here. So get organized, refreshed, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I'm your host, Joanne Crone, joined here by the brilliant Bree Tucker.
Why, hello, but how are you?
So something that we talk a lot about here at No Guilt Mom, and something that actually a lot of balance members come in with, is wondering how to prioritize all the stuff they need to do. This is a constant struggle.
Oh, yeah. I think also there is a good piece of it that is that mindset that it's all about you. Like, okay, I can't get my to-do list done because I'm not capable, because I'm not productive. And we tell ourselves there's all these reasons, but guys, secret. Come on, come in closer. Come in closer. Your to-do list, it's lying to you.
And here I am laughing because I know Brie was dying to do that voice. Absolutely dying.
It's my gremlin voice.
You're right. It is lying to you because we see our to-do list and there's never ending slate of all of these things. And there is no way we could get them done in one day. So because there is no way we can get them done in one day, we just see all the stuff we haven't done. And that is such a mood killer and invites all the shame and guilt in the world inside.
And it gets you to try to live up to unrealistic expectations. Let's just be honest about that too.
Yeah. So we want you to know that your to-do list is lying to you. I can't do it as good. I tried. I really tried on that one, guys.
It was good. It was a good gremlin. I like it.
It was a good gremlin.
Your gremlin's prettier than mine, but that's okay.
I could be the little gremlin. I could be the little gremlin. I don't even know. But in this episode, we are going to help you get back in control of that to-do list and give you some great strategies that we teach our balance members too on how to prioritize when everything seems like it's of equal priority. So with that, let's get on with the show. So Brie, with to-do lists, I actually have not used them for a long, long time. And there's a funny story behind it because I saw how a to-do list could totally ruin something. It was in college, and my college roommate, Alyssa, wrote to-do lists everywhere. We were roommates for a semester, senior year, and she would leave them lying all over the place. Well, it came up to my birthday. Mm-hmm. And my husband, now husband, was coming into town because he was actually in California. He moved right after he graduated a semester before I did. We were doing a long distance thing. He was going to come into town to surprise me for my birthday. And she had written on her to-do list, pick up Josh from airport.
Oh, no.
So I knew.
Oh, God.
And it was a really sweet thing. And
wait, did you ever tell Josh?
Yeah, no, happened? I cannot. You see all my emotions on my face anytime. Yeah. So when they did the surprise, they're like, weren't you surprised? I'm like, no. Because I can't hide it. Like
I know. You and I suck as liars. We cannot play poker together.
We'll be like, we don't have a hand. Here we're smiling. We're like, ooh.
As I'm jumping around in my seat.
Yes. But yeah, to-do lists, I've always not been a fan of them ever since that instance. And also because they never end. They never, ever end. And so I just don't like them. But a lot of people use them. And a lot of people have the same kind of guilt and shame that I built around them too. Bree's raising her hand.
Oh, yeah. I have such a love-hate relationship with to-do lists. You know this. I've even created my own to-do list. I have to-do lists for the to-do lists for the to-do list.
Yeah.
That now, though, I would say has a lot more to do with my brain fog of the whole perimenopause and me needing to remember stuff.
Mhm.
But I am also a long time sufferer of the mindset that I am not productive.
Mm,
I don't get much done. I'm slower than everybody else, and that everyone else can do it. Why can't I?
mm.
Now, I have learned enough and I have enough good systems that I don't have that mindset on a regular basis, but it does still creep in there. It does
Yeah.
still creep in.
Yeah. Where I would say that you are amazing and wonderful and like you do things just the same pace I do. I just
Aw.
don't show them sometimes how long it takes me to do something. Usually because I keep getting distracted during boring tasks and something that should take me 10 minutes may take me 2 hours because I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
to focus on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
My brain
I
goes,
totally.
"Woo." But something like lists are often filled with these shoulds, not the real
Oh,
priorities. The things you
yes.
should get done. You should go and fill out the emergency health card for your kid's school, which they keep emailing you about continuously, which I will not do.
Yeah, I know, right? You should be able to do 2 20-minute walks a day, even when it's
Oh,
118 outside.
yeah, yeah. You should be able to menu plan your entire week so you have all your meals set forth ahead of time. And damn it, it is your fault if you are not losing weight because you did not take that time to meal prep.
Or go on those 2 20-minute walks, right? All the things. Or I have a tendency to be like, can I really check it off yet? I'm not sure if I can check that off yet, if I've really done all the steps. Like, that's a big
Oh,
thing.
you question your to-do list too? If you're
I
like,
do. Well, I already have trust
oh,
issues. Like, I'm already think that my to-do list is lying to me from the beginning, and I'm the one who wrote it. I'm like, which?
your
Slow
to-do
down.
list is gaslighting you?
It does sometimes, I think. But I mean, like, my to-do list is so mean to me. If I don't have everything checked off that I wrote on that to-do list, like that optimistic Brie, the one that meets my
Mhm.
to-do list at like the beginning of the day, does not like the end of the day Brie, because the end of the day Brie is
Oh,
like, if I can't check them all off, then I am not worthy. Like I said, I'm too slow. I'm not productive. And I know that other moms feel this way. I know a lot of us, we think it's a failure thing about us. Some people are really great and some people have failures too, but we think that we're in the minority and that
mhm.
it's all controllable by ourselves.
Yeah, like you have the very high locus of control.
Uh huh.
I'm guilty of that one too. And what I mean by that is the locus of control is everything that you think you have control of in your life. People with a high locus of control have a lot of guilt and shame because they think that they are personally responsible for everything. People with
Oh
a
my God, that's
low,
me.
yeah, people with a low locus of control, they may blame everybody for their circumstances. Like, oh, my kids didn't do this, or my husband didn't do this, or oh, I can't believe the government's against me. Well, they are.
Here's Bree's favorite. I'm late because traffic was just terrible. We're not talking about the traffic was in the Starbucks line, but you
Yeah.
know,
That's how it goes. So, like, when
yeah,
we try to shoot for the middle ground in control, because if it's too high, we are
fail.
really harsh on ourselves. And if
Yeah,
it's too low, we're not taking the appropriate accountability for our actions.
yeah.
So, aiming right for the middle. And I know that a lot of our balance members out there, a lot of our Lolas have high locuses of control as well.
Right. And I don't think that that's abnormal. I think that's
Mm-mm.
more common than not common if people are being 100% honest,
Yeah.
right? That we feel like if you just have the right system, you can control it all. And we're here to tell you that you can't control it all. First of all, that's the first thing that you have to hear. But we also want you to know that your measure of success is not tied to that to-do list.
It's not.
And I think a lot of us do that, don't we?
I think so. I've talked to you many times when you have not accomplished the things on your to-do
Oh
list
my God,
and you feel
yes.
this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just last week actually
It
that we
was
had this
last week.
conversation.
It might have been last week, like right before I had our rainbow planning that I do with balance. Like I feel much better after I do it. And I have tips and tricks on how that works. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in this episode.
As a not do to-do list person, I always get scared for you when you're like, I'm feeling really optimistic about what I can get accomplished today. And I'm like, damn, this is going to be bad.
You're like clearing your calendar as of like 2:00 in the afternoon, because that's, in case you're not aware, I was just talking to my therapist. That's about the time I hit rock bottom.
2:00.
There's no 2 a.m. There's no midnight. No, it's 2 p.m. when Brie hits rock bottom about. That's it. I can't do it anymore. And I just throw everything up in the air and I just go, God, I'm terrible. I'm awful. I don't know how to do anything.
You go straight to the self-flagellation, which I know that world well. I'm an expert in self-flagellating. I can beat myself up good any day.
That sounds dangerously close to flatulence. So
I know. Yes, but flagellating. I always think of
very
like
different.
I may be getting the word totally wrong. In fact, I'm probably going to look it up right after this podcast. So if it's wrong, I apologize. I think of the little tentacles, like you're self-flagellating, but they're like beating you. They're beating you.
That sounds about right. The productivity octopus will beat the crap out of me because I think that I should be able to get everything done on my to-do list, and it doesn't. And then I end up feeling like crap about myself. And it's not true. It's not true. So yes, did this episode slightly get written for Brie? Yes, but I know I'm not alone. Podcast people, I need you to tell me I'm not alone.
Self-flagellation is the action of flogging oneself, especially as a form of religious discipline. So I
was going to say, that makes me think of the book, The Da Vinci Code. But okay.
It does say it is excessive criticism of oneself. Guys, I have to get these words right. Something that I am being told a lot about in the process of editing my book is that I tend to talk in very extreme language. And most of the time when I use extreme words, I am kidding. And I am doing it for dramatic effect. Like I picked them for a reason because they are so extreme. But I don't know if that comes across to everybody. So let me know. Let me know if you guys hear my words and you don't take me seriously when I use them.
When they say extreme, do they mean like words that aren't as commonly used?
I guess so. Well, here we go. Here's another definition of self-flagellation. It's the disciplinary and devotional practice of flogging oneself with whips or other instruments that inflict pain. And so, like, I think as a metaphor, it kind of works for the process that we beat ourselves up.
It does as a metaphor, but now I am honestly picturing a purple, guys, I am picturing a purple octopus in my head beating me up with like rolling pins because I didn't get
the productivity octopus.
List.
There we go. Productivity octopus. Well, coming up next, we're going to show you how to flip the script on the productivity octopus right after this. I used to record this podcast from a very boring, plain room. But recently, I gave myself permission to create a real office space, and I went straight to Wayfair. I found a beautiful glass wall calendar, some shelving, and the most comfortable office chair ever. The whole space feels polished and professional. But here's the cool part. I didn't have to go out shopping. Wayfair delivered straight to my front door for free. Wayfair has free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for furniture. Get big stuff like sofas, dining tables, beds, desks, and more shipped absolutely free. Now I walk into my office absolutely loving it. I actually enjoy spending time here. So get organized, refreshed, and back to routine for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home.
Long gone are the days of waiting to be seen in a doctor's office only to have that awkward conversation with your healthcare provider. Wisp gives you access to sexual and reproductive healthcare from the comfort of your home. Get treatment for BV, yeast infections, UTIs, and much more delivered directly to your home or ready for pickup at your local pharmacy in less than 3 hours. The best part? Wisp is discreet, convenient, and you don't need medical insurance to receive care or prescription medication. Visit us today at hellowisp.com.
What does every USAA member have in common? Family. We're one big family who supports the military community and their eligible families. And if you, your parent, or spouse served, you could join our family and save big on auto insurance. Visit USAA.com/join today to check your eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
So if you right now shame yourself massively for not being productive, we just want to throw a few little truth bombs on you, little mic drop moments, because there are some things based on the podcast interviews we've had throughout this entire podcast. We've gotten to talk to so many great experts. One of them was Kendra Adachi, who's the lazy genius. And when she told us this, I was like, oh my gosh, you're totally right, Kendra. She said that 92% of productivity books are written by men. And what this means for you is that men do not have a menstrual cycle. Men have the same amount of energy on Tuesday when they wake up at 6 a.m. as they do on Wednesday when they wake up at 6 a.m., as they do on Thursday and the following week as well. They can pretty much time out how they're going to feel because they do not have these waves of hormones raging through them at all times of the day.
But you know what else men don't have? I've got a little visual after this, but they also don't have the consistent pull of family responsibilities. What I'm saying is men traditionally, not all men, okay, because it's a scale. We know
Not all
it's a
men,
sliding
but
scale.
all of them are men. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
that's a good one. Yes, I remember that. So not all men, but all of them that are men do have the ability to often to dictate what their day is going to look like without having to take in considerations of other people. Men do have the tendency to be able to say, I'm working late on Thursday. I have back-to-back meetings all day on Wednesday, whatever, right? Whereas women who are moms in the family don't tend to have that luxury. We do tend to have I can't work late on Thursday because I have to be home in time to take Kyle to soccer practice. Or, I can't have meetings all day on Tuesday because there's a parent teacher conference at 2. So we have other things that are equally heavy in our schedule that so we have more obstacles than they do.
Yeah, but using a term that Eve Rodsky uses in her work, the default parent.
Yes.
Like women are usually the default parent. We are the ones who step in for the kids. Like for instance, at the end of the day, I'm the one who makes dinner. I'm the one who takes care of the kids. My husband is at work. Who's calling husband to make sure he stops what he's doing and comes home? It's me. Who doesn't have that luxury and has to keep her own schedule? It's me. So,
but you know what else you are as a default parent? You're also the parent that your kids will go and seek out.
Yes, it is true.
How many times have we had our kids come to us with a problem, whatever it is, and we are doing something and they walked right past the other parent? Best example ever, people. All right, I'm going to totally give Joanne a bit of an embarrassing moment here because the story is 100% about her. Best example I ever saw of this. We were in Tennessee, but the point being is we were out of state and your son texted you from home that he wanted some help with something.
Yeah. That there was no toilet paper in the bathroom.
I was going to leave that part out. But yes, he wanted toilet paper. So he texted you to text his dad, who was literally sitting about 10 feet away from the bathroom door?
He could have yelled. Yes, he could have yelled for this.
So that is to me, that is the epitome of default parenting.
It is.
When your kids are like, yeah, I see that other adult human being there, but they don't know how to get toilet paper.
That was the situation that made me and my husband realize that, we have a problem in this and we need to start training our kids to go to you. And they do now. They actually text him more often. They know the things to text him with and they know the things to text me with.
Right.
Even with homework stuff, if they have homework, math and science goes to Josh because he's an engineer. He uses it all the time. And literature goes to me.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. I was like, science, you got to go to your dad. And math, I never went above algebra 2.
I was in calculus, but then I don't use it for 20 years and we forget it.
Well, okay. So I want to say what we're talking about with this and why is it so important about productivity being written for men and why is it so important that there is a difference between the challenges that women face in productivity versus men? It's because most productivity is defined by how much you got done. So it's defined by valuing the volume of what you got done over what necessarily the value may have been.
Yeah.
And we are here to shift that mindset.
Your worth is not tied to your output.
Yes.
I took the words out of her mouth.
It's perfect. Because I mean, that is like, honestly, my mantra. So like we in Balance, we have rainbow planning that we do every Friday, which is a specific system to help you with planning. Right. And as someone who feels like she is suffering from ADHD on a regular basis, self-diagnosed here, my mind is all over the place all the time. It takes a lot to get it to, like, I swear to God, it's like I'm herding cats in my brain most of the time, trying to get them together to make one complete thought. But the other thing about it, when we're doing rainbow planning, we reflect for the week. And one of the questions we reflect about, because we talk a lot about this in Balance, is the importance of self-compassion. And the question is, what changes have you noticed about yourself this week as you have been practicing self-compassion? I have had the same answer for a year, and I'm proud of that answer. And I don't need a new answer yet, but I know one day I'll move on and I'll be very happy when that happens.
Mm.
My answer to that question every time is, I am enough.
Mm-hmm.
My worth is not tied to my output. I am enough as I am.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing.
Right? So I want to share that with anybody that needs that little mantra. You are enough. You do great things.
I need that reminder every single day, especially when I am not as quote unquote productive as I should. I don't want to say, look at how that voice creeps in. I said productive as I should be. There's the judgment. If
Right?
you guys like say stuff like that, there's a judgment going in there. There's a judgment. And something else to keep in mind is that you are allowed also to have blank space in your day. I think so many of us as moms, we get invited somewhere or somebody asks us to do something and we're like, well, we don't have anything else that we have scheduled for then. So, I mean, I should say yes, because wouldn't I be a bad person if I didn't help out? And you're allowed to have that blank space. I have to say, like, my husband, he goes batty when he doesn't have blank space in his calendar. He looks forward to those weekends where we have absolutely nothing planned.
Oh, same here. I love my nothing to do weekends. I had one a couple weekends ago and it was so nice, but I had to really fight for it.
You have to fight for it.
Right?
Yeah. Because then he will get all mad if I schedule something for us to do because I'm always like, what should we do? Where should we go? What should
My question I ask my husband every Saturday morning, because again, in my household, I have nothing but teens and one of them goes off to college in a week. So our weekends are not dictated by our kids. That's what I want to make clear. So every Saturday I ask my husband, like, what do you want to do this weekend? Like, just tell me if one thing could be accomplished, what do you want that one thing to be? And last weekend when I did nothing, that was what it was. I was like, I want to come out of the weekend feeling like I'm rested and not exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm exhausted, I do tend to feel productive.
You're like, I got all the things done. I am tired. Thus, I am good.
Right?
Yes.
What?
It's that Protestant work ethic. That's what I always think of it as. It is like tied back. And we saw this in our interview with Elise Lunan about all of the, how the 7 deadly sins are basically about women. About this work ethic that you have to accomplish something to be worthy.
Yeah.
And you have to work hard to be worthy. And it's kind of toxic when you think about it that way, because rest also makes you worthy. Rest is actually what lets your brain reset so that it can have new ideas and won't be frustrated all the time when it can't figure something out.
And your brain was never meant to be doing things all day long back to back. That's another thing that we got. Like one of our first episodes. And by the way, people, for listening, all these episodes we're referencing, I do have links to them in the show notes. So you can just scroll down and click on them if you want to listen to these episodes. But we had another episode where we were working with the author of the book Rest. And oh gosh, Alex. I can't remember his last name right now, but the link's there.
Yes.
Yeah. So in there, Alex talks to us about how tons of people, mostly male figures in history that are considered great men, great people that had a great impact on society. I remember one of them was Winston Churchill. We were talking about in the episode. How they spent a decent chunk of their day by today's standards, a decent chunk of that day resting.
It was an active rest too. So like Winston Churchill was like painting.
Right. So it's like, it's finding those things that you enjoy that isn't like deep focus, because I think I had read somewhere that, and this is a very general term, so we know it's not the law right now, but I think it was like 30 or 40 minutes is as most time as you should have for like focus. Does that ring a
Mhm.
bell to you at all?
It's something used in like Pomodoro techniques where, you
Okay.
focus on something for like 30 minutes and then you can rest and then you can go back and like do it again.
Okay.
I use it when writing all the time when I'm doing a boring task I don't want to do. I'll do 25 minutes on and then a little 5-minute break where I just get to mess
Right.
around and then 25 minutes on again where I'm supposed to be focused and working.
So I guess what we're just trying to say is if your to-do list is packed full of tasks that are going to fill your entire day back to back to back, because you're like, hey, the kids are at school for only 6 hours, so I got to get all this stuff done in 6 hours. You're setting yourself up for frustration,
Mhm.
for overload, for being tired. We want you to flip your mindset and think about the fact that you're allowed to have blank space in your day. And we
Mhm.
need you to recognize that just being you, existing, living, loving life is just as important as checking off those things on the to-do list.
And coming up next, we are going to show you 3 ways to take back your to-do list so that the purple productivity octopus doesn't beat you up. Right after this.
Hey, it's Paris. You know, I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
So we've talked already about how your to-do list may not be your best friend, as well as these mind shifts to take when you're looking at productivity. Now we're going to get super tactical. We want you to walk away from this episode knowing the steps to take back your to-do list, especially if you have that question of how to prioritize things on your to-do list. Because
We're
number
taking it back.
one,
Taking it back, babe. We're taking it back. We're taking it back, babe. All right, go on.
Number one, we only want you to pick 3 things you're going to accomplish per day. And that might sound scary. And you might be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I have way more than 3 things I have to accomplish in a day. But do you do them? And do you do them well? That's what I want to know.
Right. And the other thing is, do you really, though? Do you really need to do them all? I'm not quite sure if you really need to do them all.
Well, it's interesting because I've been off to-do lists for a really, really long time. I do not have them. I do not keep them. I'm also pretty defiant when it comes when people ask me to do things. I'm like, you can't tell me what to do. Bree knows this. And it's a really difficult personality tendency of mine to deal with.
At least I know that you're never following the crowd. If you're making a choice, it's because you truly want to do it.
Absolutely. But I also think it has served me incredibly well because it allows me not to think I have to accomplish a certain number of things per day to be productive. I get to choose what is important to me on that day. I just got off a Balance one-on-one call actually with somebody who said she's been following me for a long time. And the reason she joined Balance is because she has watched me build this, write 3 books, and she feels like she has not done anything like that, even though she's wanted to.
Now, why is she coming to you now?
She says she's just done with it. She's done with not accomplishing what she wants to do. And I thought of that. I'm like, well, have I really? Because I mean, the purple productivity octopus gets me all the time. And like, I constantly beat myself up for not doing the things. But then I thought I do make things a priority in certain times of my life. Like right now, guys, I'm finishing writing this book. It's called The Best Mom is a Happy Mom. It's coming out in November. And I'm working on the edits. And I have been working on this book, really working on it since May. I've been saying I've been working on it since February, but it got serious in May.
There
where
we go.
every day I have worked on it and written in it. And the way that shifted was I had to figure out, okay, I am sick of telling people I am writing a book and I am not fulfilling that. I feel like a liar every day. And also, I had to pare down my schedule and give some things up so that I can focus on the book. I've given up my morning walks with my dog because that's my book, right? That's the editing time I have. And I'm looking forward to taking those back right when they're done. But picking those 3 things and being selective, but also making those sacrifices of things I give up in the meantime, that's the secret to getting what you want done.
Yeah.
Is making those choices ahead of time.
Well, okay. And you need to, because we are not full of infinite energy. Okay. Things in life suck out our energy. Sometimes it's physical things that suck it out, like running around all day and you're just depleted by the end of the day because you didn't have time to sit down and drink your water or eat a proper meal or anything like that. But I mean, we're just full of so many things, like not even the physical stuff. Let's throw in the emotional stuff because that's where Brie always sits. I do get tired from doing stuff like physically, but more often than not, I get emotionally tired. And so what that means is I've spent all day spinning my wheels, working on XYZ, more than XYZ actually, because this typically happens on days when I have a lot to do. So like I'm trying to check off everything on that to-do list. By the time dinner comes, I have nothing left. If you come into the kitchen and go, oh, what's that smell? I will rip your head off.
Yeah.
That is where I go. And it's because I've tried to do so much, right? I have nothing left to give. No F's left to give. Nothing, people. It's a part of that I don't care no more club.
I think a lot of people can identify with that comment because they experience the exact same thing. It's what happens when you try to fit so much in and you have this inner dialogue that you're not doing it right too. So that the next comment made to you, you rip someone's head off.
Oh my God.
Because you've already been ripping your own head off and you're defending yourself.
Yes. Yes. It is entirely that. The damn purple octopus has been beating the crap out of me all day. So our first thing that you can do to take back your to-do list is only pick 3 things per day to help that focused effort and to have more impact than trying to do a million things on that to-do list.
Yes. The second thing is to make your done list and celebrate your wins. Often we do not see the wins that we have. Something that's actually really interesting mentioned to me today is my friend Tara. We are on calls every 2 weeks, and manifestation is really big in Tara's life. She keeps a manifestation Excel file of like every good thing that she thought about happening that has happened to her. And so when she's feeling down, she just goes and looks at it and she's like, oh my gosh, all this great stuff has happened.
I love that.
That's the power, I think, of celebrating wins. It's something for you to look at to actually make you feel positive versus looking at what you haven't done.
Right? It gets you closer to that gap in the gain.
The gap in the
gain. We talked
gain.
about that. Yes.
You're looking at your gain, what you did accomplish versus your gap, what you didn't accomplish. And your gain is almost always associated with those positive emotions of pride and satisfaction. And your gap, those things you haven't done, you're always feeling less than and shame, maybe guilt.
That's like another thing that we do that we talk about when we're doing our planning and balance. Like we talk about what our wins are. And like when we're reflecting on our week, and that's where I had the question about what have I noticed about my thinking as I've been practicing self-compassion. Another question we have is, I want you to write down your wins from this week. And it never fails. There's almost always one person in the group that has had a struggle for a week because that's just mathematics, people. Like, if you have a group of like 15 people, someone's going to have had a bad week. And it is interesting how hard it is for us to be okay with those wins when we're first starting this mindset. So when you're first starting the mindset, you're going to struggle coming up with wins on a bad week. But eventually you're going to get to the point where you're like, all right, so everybody has the flu. The dog has decided that my, antique table is its new chew toy. But hey, I did not rip off anyone's head when I was making dinner. That is a win.
There you go.
Booyah!
There's the win. You got to acknowledge them where you can find them. Yeah.
Sometimes they're huge and sometimes they're like, I just didn't lose my shiznit and I'm happy.
That's what you have to do. And the third thing is to add that white space on purpose. Put those blocks where you're doing nothing or nothing. Nothing has to get accomplished.
Protect that time.
Yeah, those are going to give you the most peace. And sometimes like you'll even get more white space because you will finish something early and you're like, I'm not beginning anything. I'm going to go sit down and watch the bear.
I love those days. I love those days where you're like, oh my God, it's like 4:00 and I'm done. Heck yeah. Like whatever it is. Yeah.
Put those in because you're going to experience so much less stress when you actually schedule white space. And if you have to schedule something, just put it in there and be like, rest. Schedule the rest on your calendar.
Be loud and be proud, people. This is actually a good thing. Don't you let anybody go out there and tell you, nay, I say. Nay, you shouldn't have rest.
If you have someone else filling your calendar, we have a Calendly, which just puts things on our calendar, then no one can take that space from you.
True.
Yes.
True. That is a very true thing. Yes.
It is scheduled. So we hope that you have gotten some really concrete ways that you could take back your to-do list and maybe just throw away that to-do list and only focus on those 3 things per day. It's what we have our balance members do in their balance journal. They're only allowed 3 on their list every day. And when you think about those in the morning and you're really intentional about your day, you will be surprised at how well your day can go because you started yourself off successfully and realistically.
And your to-do list left room for joy in your day.
Yes. So you're ready to ditch this to-do list. You're ready to claim your time back. Go do that. And, we talk about our balance program a lot and we would love to have you in it. So please go and visit balanceformoms.com/go to come and join us and we can help lead you through all these things and also keep your motivation and joy up because it's really, really hard to do this kind of stuff by yourself. You need somebody who has your back, who you're able to turn to when things get rough and you hit a roadblock. Our community is the biggest love bubble in the entire world. That has been our goal, to create a group that women feel welcomed in. So know that if you're also looking for something like that, we have you.
Yeah, we want you to know, guys, if that to-do list is lying to you, it's lying. You're not behind. You're really not. You just need to release some of it so that you can enjoy your day and feel happy.
Exactly.
Happiness needs to be on that list.
So remember, the best mom is a happy mom. Take care of you. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks for stopping by.
If you'd like to support the show further, you can share episodes with your loved ones, leave a positive review, or follow us on social media at No Guilt Mom. You could also show your love by visiting our amazing podcast sponsors. We have a link in the show notes.